Hey down, this is Dave Desai. Jimin has recently taken a flight and there's been a few issues, including the plane he's taken and some stalkers. Also, who appears to be in his van. I think Jimin is working on new music, and we need to talk about music and how you're listening to it for Christmas. So much music is going to be coming out and you need to make sure you have the best audio products. So I'm here to talk about RECS and today's sponsor, who are big supporters of this channel. Their earbuds are my favorite and are half the price of other premium earbuds on the market. I actually use RECS earbuds to get away from my family during the parties, and they have a noise isolating fit so you can literally completely escape the party, zen out, and just listen to your music. I also use RECS all the time to call a friend and fangirl over K-pop with, and I can do that for a long time as the earbuds have a custom fit and are very comfortable. The new earbuds also have a 32-hour battery life. So if you want to gift it for yourself, you can do that, no shame in that. You can also gift it to any media lovers in your family. And for December, RECS will have a countdown to Christmas with a new pop-up flash deal for you to take advantage of every single day. As of right now, you can get 15% off earbuds plus free shipping. The free shipping includes if you don't like the product and you want to send it back. You'd have 30 days. If you go to buyrecon.com/DaveDesai or use the link down in the description, as of right now, you can get 15% off earbuds plus free shipping using the code HOLIDAY. Everyone in the news was actually quite shocked at the amount of stuff all the members seem to be doing lately. They seem to be on their solo adventures, and we actually won't know what is happening with each of them until maybe about a month when they'll release something. But as of right now, their PR team is doing a great job at hyping everyone up and letting paparazzi and news reporters know about any appearances. For example, airport appearances are always a big hint into what the artist is working on. Usually their outfits, hair color, or even what they bring will give hints on what they're working on. Jin, during his promotion, went to the airport with an astronaut stuffed animal, which of course represents his song, The Astronaut. So a big example of how we need to pay close attention to those appearances, and maybe even why a lot of armies like to show up at the airport to give support to the members or to catch the members' little Easter eggs in person. Usually the people who show up are notified or made aware the day of, and a lot of the people that are there get notified by fan clubs or people who are close with the reporters, and the reporters are obviously notified by a PR team. Sometimes these things get out of hand and way too many people show up, in which case BTS members and their team will make the executive decision that it could not be safe for the members to make an appearance, and instead they will take a back door. The fact that the members don't take the back door every single time shows you that they want people to be there. How the crowd reacts when the boys actually show up to meet ARMY is up in the air, and the boys have no control over that. So not everyone that shows up is a stalker, and not everyone that shows up has an intention of hurting or invading the boys' personal space. Big Hit, from what I have been aware of, has never made a post or statement telling fans to not appear at the airport. They make posts telling fans how to behave and what is proper etiquette, but never to not show up. They tell you to not stalk their flight information or get too close. This is obvious, and you may think, well, why would they ever make a post telling people not to show up? Well, they do. It tells you how they don't care if people show up at the airport, because if they were mad at that, they would just have ended it. Recently, the final announcement of Jin's military enlistment was posted. It mentioned how Jin will be sent off to the campsite on December 13th, and then asked fans to not show up at the camp. And this is only for friends and families, and asked fans to keep their well wishes in their hearts instead of physically showing up. So they do ask when they believe it's inappropriate to show up, but the airport, I believe, is not necessarily one of those instances, and it's a K-pop tradition to have fans show up at the airport. And if BTS were to go anywhere and not have a crowd, suddenly the internet will be filled with haters saying BTS must not be relevant anymore. A couple of days ago, Jimin was spotted at Incheon Airport, and it was believed that he was departing to the US. This always gets me, because how do people know this? Because if he's going on the international side of the airport, he could be going anywhere, right? What if he's going to Canada? Although I see how silly that is. They have no business there. But rumors of him either meeting an American producer to work with or just maybe shoot a video started to go around, and of course Jimin's gorgeous airport fashion started to be talked about as well. Apparently it cost over $5,000 to buy the outfit he wore, which, by the way, if you're you're sad because you're thinking, wow, I am poor. He likely did not buy that himself. It's either gifted to him or to his agency. Although he obviously could afford it, he didn't actually buy it. I don't think super rich people spend that much on clothes, especially men. If you're actually rich, you likely don't care about looking rich. When Jimin landed, he landed in New York Airport at JFK, and there was a bit of an issue there. People were extremely upset at how the crowd was behaving when he was there. A lot of people were crowding him and getting really close. Of course, Big Hit has talked about this and not wanting overcrowding. This is not an issue of the idol's safety solely. While of course that is a concern, there is an issue with safety among even the people and reporters that are there. This is what Big Hit means when they say follow basic etiquette. Especially now with the Itaewon situation, it was very upsetting to see people rush and run, and this action could literally hurt someone. A lot of the deaths of Itaewon was due to being trampled. So this is a huge concern now. And you're not only putting the idol's life in danger, but also of course your own life, because if you're running, others have to run too, and then the idol has to walk faster and it's dangerous. One girl was seen shoving her phone near Jimin's face, and people were very mad about that. And then others were even more upset after seeing that same girl get right up to Jimin's car, and I guess one of the windows was open, which was weird, but one girl stuck her phone in the cracks of the window to record Jimin getting in, and that's weird, right? Like, what are you gonna do with that footage? First off, it's dark in the inside of the car, and especially with tinted windows, you're not going to see anything. And again, what are you going to do with this clip? I think it's totally fine to record as Jimin is walking or whatever, but to record the inside of his car, what if he had personal documents or just company documents lying about in the car? What if the driver just had personal information in the car? And it's not even about being a celebrity. This is just violation of any normal person's privacy. Recording the inside of someone's car is the same as just going into their house. People were saying this was like the same as a fan just breaking into the idol's car or jumping into it. People were calling these fans stalkers or sasaeng fans. I can understand that concern. Jimin a little while ago did stream with J-Hope after Lollapalooza, and when a stalker tried to call Jimin, he replied scared on the stream, asking armies not to call. So I can see Jimin being very scared in these types of situations. But the people there definitely weren't stalking, as they were allowed to be at the airport. However, their actions at that point were weird. I think it's possible to overreact and freak out after seeing your favorite idol that you might not be sure what to do, and you kind of react without thinking. And I think a lot of that has to do with how these people reacted. But if you are waiting for an idol at the airport, you can probably expect to see them, have an idea in your head on what you do if you saw them, and behave appropriately. We're too developed as a society to react so barbarically when we see another human being. One of the other instances that started to make some headway and rumors started to flood was an incident that happened before he landed in JFK, and this was when he arrived at Incheon Airport. He arrived in the black van, and paparazzis were snapping photos. They were using their flash, as they obviously do, and one of the flashes actually made their way into the van, and people were noticing or trying to find out who was in the van. Most people would have not noticed anything, as the flashes happened so quickly, and then the door closed right at when Jimin stepped out. So no one should have seen anything in the car. So someone went frame by frame and noticed someone who had Jungkook's hair. They assumed that Jungkook was in the car and wanted to see Jimin off. This exploded online, as of course there's rumors of Jimin and Jungkook dating, and seeing someone off at the airport is a very couple thing to do, I guess. But even if they were dating, the amount of times they've flown, I just don't think they would see each other off like that. A text or a phone call when they get to their hotel safely would suffice. But from a distance, this person that the flash caught did appear like Jungkook. However, the fandom went crazy and went into the resources to find out a more plausible explanation on who this could be. They came to the conclusion that this was actually just BTS's manager, which makes more sense. A little while ago, there was a photo that was taken at the airport with Suga, and we could clearly see Suga with his manager, who with the same hair and mask does look like Jungkook. So that is likely who is in the black van Jimin stepped out of. And of course, the manager would be the one to see Jimin off. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thanks for this lovely comment right here. Love you. Bye.